going towards Khardungla Pass. The road is going through this valley. It's sort of a valley, not exactly a valley, and huge plain land between mountains. So before we actually start elevating, going up the mountain, we're going in the valley, zigzagging across the valley to reach the mountain. Quite barren, hostile area. Khardungla. The group I was with, they have gone to another destination, Pangong Lake. I have not gone with them, or rather they have not taken me, because yesterday at Khardungla Pass, while crossing that area, I was not feeling well. So they were saying that they are concerned about me, but which I consider is bullshit. They consider me a liability. Didn't want to take me with them. It's okay. Some other time I'll do it. Maybe with my family in a car or something. I feel if you're not very passionate about biking, this Leh stretch, Leh and Khardungla and Pangong and Sarchu area, you should not do it on a bike. It is very, very taxing. And one of the things which I felt the most worrying was you're in the middle of nowhere with very hostile circumstances. And all the group you are with, I consider that one of the most important things. If you are not with a group who is concerned about you, who will, live and die for you, it's not worth doing it. Because what will happen is, for example, your bike breaks down or something goes wrong with you, they'll just, hand you over to the hospital or something and they'll push off. They'll not wait for you. Nobody will wait for you. So, then you are left with the prospect of doing whatever you have to do after that on your own. You have to get your family involved, get them. So the thing is, it's better to come with a group who will take care of you, and if anything goes wrong with them, you will take care of them. That should be the level of commitment. So I feel if you want to make a tough journey like that, or in a stretch like this, in places like this, you have to have the support system which is 100% reliable. Apart from that, or having said that, it's not bad, this area, because the landscape, the scenery, the surrounding, it's beautiful. It's really breathtaking. Every turn you take, everywhere you look, the mountains, it's beautiful. And most of the roads are also okay. There are stretches which are just sometimes 10 kilometers or maybe 15 kilometers which are bad. And when I mean bad, they're one of the worst roads you will ever ride on. They're that bad, So that is what takes the fun out of riding. When you come to a place like this on a motorcycle, you have to be prepared for those stretches. You have to be prepared to tough it out over there. Because these nice patches like this one, good road, is very good, it's fun. Ride nicely, zigzagging, going up the hill or coming down the hill, wind in your face, beautiful landscape, it's all good, it's all fun. But when the road goes bad, all the landscape and everything else, goes out of the window. That time you just want to get over that patch or over that. Well, here the patches are long and there's no road, it's dangerous, the opposite guys coming opposite to you, sometimes they are very you know, careless, or they're not concerned. So, or they expect you to take care of yourself, you know. So, all those factors you have to consider that. But I've seen a lot of families, you know, doing it in cars, which I feel is a very doable, you know. It certainly becomes very doable when you're doing it in a car. Doing it on a bike, you know, it's a challenge. You really have to be committed, you know, because there's you and the road, and there's, you know, bike is more liable to break down, and the comfort level is not there. You ride for 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and your backside starts hurting, and you know, the reason I'm saying all these things, I'm basically saying it to myself for future reference, that if I ever get too excited and want to do a journey like this, I should remember, or I should know, or I should be aware what all is involved in doing a journey like this. You know, it's not all fun and games, you know. And then there's the other thing of where you're going to stay. Are you going to stay alone? Are you going to get a room alone? You're going to share it with somebody? Where are you going to eat? Where are you going to go to the toilet? You know, some places the toilets are, or the road especially, there's nowhere you can go. You know? So, you know, you have to be prepared. All the comforts of home are going to be left back. I've been missing home so much. I've been missing my family. I've been missing my wife, Tanya, Shivani, Sonakshi, my children. I've been missing them so much on this journey, because this somehow makes you realize how nice and easy things were back home. You know, when you had that, or while you were living that life, you did not appreciate it, maybe to the extent of when you don't have it. You know, that you will suddenly realize the simple thing of, you know, having a cup of tea or just being with somebody. You know, over here, especially this trip, I've had the unfortunate opportunity to spend with a group which was totally detached from me, or I would say rather, I was detached from them. We had nothing in common. They were not looking out for me. I was also not looking out for them as such. And it was a wrong decision to start with, you know. So that made me, you know, realize all those things. That next time I have to do this, either you do it alone, or you do it with people who you call your own. You know, then I think so it can be fun. Then you can, you know, take it with a pinch of salt. These difficulties, these challenges, then maybe, you know, there's an element of excitement to it. It becomes fun. Right now, you know, only today I joined this other group and I'm starting feeling a little bit relieved. But till now, I've been having a very, very bad time, you know, psychologically and, you know, physically. They've been sort of patronizing me also throughout, and like I'm the eldest in their group, and the bloody guys were, you know, giving me lectures about this thing, about that thing, and just because, you know, I'm with them and they think they're bloody the champs of this world. Yeah. So I was just shut up and listen to bullshit, because I had no choice. Yeah. I knew I had taken a wrong decision, made a wrong decision to come with them. Man. So I had to pay the price, or I had to, you know, just leave the group, which was, you know, not a very good option, because what would I do? Where would I go? But then, you know, even how difficult some proposition looks to you in the first beginning, later on, some of that starts, once it starts setting in there, you know, you start realizing then maybe it's good. So, these guys, when they suggested that, maybe I should not go back this route, go back, I mean, not go back the Manali route because it's going to be difficult and all that. Maybe go back the Srinagar route. So, I was, because it meant that then I would have to leave this group and go alone. And I was, by the time I was already prepared. Because I had also had enough of, grouping with them. So, in fact, I'm quite prepared now to go back home alone. Because somebody or the other is going to be riding, So I'll, just join them and, ride with them. Riding with these guys was bad. So how bad can it get riding with strangers? So, that's my philosophy. Anyway, like I was saying, since I've joined this group, I'm feeling relieved. I'm feeling a, weight lifted off my shoulder. And I know, because yesterday, I felt that when I was lying in that infirmary, these guys, they were, just keen to push on. They wanted to go to the, move on to the forward journey. And they were like, you stay over here in this hospital and then tomorrow or you go back to Leh right now. I was thinking like, you fucking out of your head or something. Like if I was there with somebody close or like that guy, Dave, and I would ask him, fucking if something like that would happen to your wife, would you tell her? Do one thing, we'll continue the journey and you fucking go back. So that's what I mean. Because I know very well if anything would have happened to any other member of